Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This video is going to be doing my weekly review for Game of Thrones. This one's going to be Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 4, which is called And Now His Watch is Ended. And I'll say right off the bat, this review will contain spoilers, so for anyone who's worried about that, you may or may not want to watch. I will say that this episode killed it, man. This is the best episode we've had so far for Game of Thrones Season 3. Best episode we've had since the Battle of Blackwater, I would say. And definitely, you know, high hopes now for the rest of Season 3. Because I was getting a little worried there when Episode 3 came around. I was like, oh man, is it going to pick up? What's going to happen? Is something going to go down? And this episode, all kinds of shit goes down, which I absolutely love. I'm all for dialogue, and I like the story being built up and everything like that, but, I mean, come on. When it all comes to fruition, when you have a big climax like that and all kinds of events happening in one episode like this, it's gravy, baby. It was a great episode. I loved it. The whole thing with Daenerys, everything that happens with her, I mean, it was fairly predictable. You could kind of predict it, but at the same time, completely satisfying, completely. Anytime we get to see dragons is great. Now, at this point, I don't know if we could really call them more like drakes at this point. I mean, they're not full grown or anything, but, you know, they're dragons nevertheless. And, oh, she gives them a dragon, all right. Fantastic. And probably gave a lot of the viewers one, too. That was a sexy ending. Was that not sexy? You know, I mean, you got like the dragons there flying. You've got this army of like 8,000 badass soldiers. And you notice when they're doing the scene and all those slave soldiers are just smoking those guys, that like none of the masters could really do anything against them because they're so tough. So that was a scary ending, man. I just thought to myself, look out, dude. This chick is coming. Daenerys is going to smoke you guys, or at least give you a good run for your money. Because 3 dragons and all of them, I mean, she's pretty much ready as it is. I mean, she can add anybody else to her following. It's going to be really tough for anybody to stop her. So I loved everything about how that played out. I thought the final shot as they zoom out at the end of the episode, mint, man, that was perfect. Just coming out and then she drops the whip and everything, and they're just kind of walking on it like as if it doesn't matter. Oh, fantastic. I loved it. And she did kind of keep her word. It's not like she didn't, you know, she didn't really lie or anything. She gave him a dragon. All right. You know, everything I like with the reveal when she reveals that she can understand all the things he's saying and that that's her native language. And he's just like, oh, fuck, I am screwed. When the headmaster of all the slaves gets lit up by the dragon, that was one of the best scenes we've seen in a really, really long time. So everything with that was just jumping out of your seat, so awesome. So that was great. And then on top of that, another great thing we got to see, which they might have actually wanted to split those up into different episodes, just to, you know, keep it spread out, because this was a really dense one and everything that happened and all the excitement between it. They probably could have put the stuff from the Night's Watch, the Crows, and put them into the earlier episode, like last week's episode, so that we would have had 2 huge, exciting things happening. But, I mean, it all worked out okay anyway. Regardless, it just makes this episode even better that we finally see Craster get it, which, I mean, we've probably all been waiting for a long time to see him get his comeuppance. And Lord Commander. I mean, the Lord Commander, Mormont, I mean, you kind of feel bad for him, but at the same time, he was supporting Craster in the things that Craster was doing. And I'd have to say it's weird because Craster is not all that strong. I mean, did he have... Now, let's think here. He's basically by himself. He might be tough with his axe and stuff by himself. He might be a pretty good fighter or whatever. But you've got, you know, all these guys here. You know, you've got the whole Night's Watch here, basically, or all these crows with you. Why wouldn't you just kill the bastard and just use his place as an outpost for when you come and go? You know, I mean, it just seems logical to me. Allowing him to do what he's doing is brutally evil, you know, giving all of his sons to the White Walkers and having all these... I mean, he's terrible. And on top of that, he's an asshole, too. So, you know, it's just like, it's about time he gets it. When he finally does, I'm like, yes! That was another jumping out of your seat moment right there, too, is when he goes to swing the axe, and we're like, oh my god, what's going to happen? Is he going to... Because he's tough, because we saw him against Jon, right, of course, and you're thinking to yourself, like, oh man, he's tough, it's going to be hard for somebody to kill him, maybe they're afraid of him, what's going to happen? And then he sneaks up that knife right in through his, you know, right up underneath his chin there. Oh man, that was so exciting. And then to add to that, not just him dying, but Lord Commander getting the sword right through his back from that one miserable guy. I forget his name that he told to watch Sam, and if something happens to Sam, then he doesn't make it back either. So that was great, especially when he's choking him after and he goes down. Now Sam, on the other hand, so at this point, he's run off with that. What was her name? Lily or whatever the hell her name was. I forget. The girl with the baby. So he's going to get out of there. And then you've got, of course, that other guy who's going to probably try to hunt him down and kill him. And the whole place just goes into chaos. So that was a great scene, too. I absolutely love that scene. Very exciting. Finally get to see Craster get his comeuppance. He deserves it, absolutely. And also, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the Night's Watch now, because they are totally torn. They don't have a leader in the group, really, at this point where they're at. I mean, they're just disbanded. Like they're totally just like out of their element. They're disbanded basically. Now you got John who's out there. Sam's going to leave. All these characters that were all together are completely. Lord Commander's dead. John's with the wildlings, and then Craster's dead, and then you have Sam who's going to take off on his own and see what he can do with that girl. So, wow, really exciting. It's about damn time something like that happened north of the wall. Definitely was very exciting, aside from the White Walkers, because they're exciting too. So that was another great scene. So those two right there for me put this episode way above any other episode from Season 3 so far. It might be the best episode of Season 3, depending on how the finale and everything, everything. It's still kind of early to say, but definitely could be one of the best. So the beginning of the episode, we pick up with Jaime. I gotta feel sorry for Jaime as much of an asshole as he is. I guess he deserves it. Pushing Bran out the window like that, all the nonsense he's done, attacking Ned Stark like that, everything he's done, he does deserve it. So, he's getting tortured a bit. They have him drink horse piss. They they make him wear his hand around his neck. That is brutal. You just feel bad for him. Oh, man. Oh, it's just awful. But, yeah, he kind of deserves it. So, whatever. So, that's all good. I enjoyed all of those scenes and everything with that. Lord Varys gets some time, again, in this episode talking to different people. First with Tyrion. And we hear him say that part that was used for the trailer and everything. The revenge you want will be yours in time. All of that. So he's obviously getting his revenge in the Sorcerer. And it's kind of interesting to find out, too, and hear about how he was cut, everything like that, talking to Tyrion. Obviously, the two of them are good friends now, I would like to think. I mean, if anyone can be good friends with Varys, Tyrion at this point probably is. So that was all good. I liked those scenes there, too. I also liked his parts later on when he's talking to Grandma Tyrell and, kind of plotting on what to do with Sansa, because I did like his scene too when he describes that Lord Baelish, Littlefinger, is actually really dangerous. I mean, the dude is cruel, like what he did to Ned and everything. And I mean, I guess you could make the argument that in his situation, that's really all he could do, which is kind of true. But at the same, he's a cruel bastard, when it comes down to it. If he wants to be, and he's greedy also, so. He's got some fearsome qualities. If he marries, what's her name, Erin from the Vale, isn't that her? Yeah, I think that's who he's supposed to marry. So if he marries her, then he's going to be pretty powerful. So it would make sense that they would want Sansa to, or Sansa too, whatever. They'd want to get her away from him because he can't really be trusted. And she is the daughter of Catelyn, so it makes sense. So I enjoyed everything to do with that. That was all great. Going on from there, we got a quick scene with Bran. Not much. The Raven and then his mom pops up. Kind of funny because it's like he's standing like way up on this tree and then she just pops out and she's like, Brandon. So it's like grabbing him and shaking him and stuff. Nightmares. Nightmares are funny. So it was good too. I mean, it made sense because it's a nightmare and you know what it's happening to. So that was good. We get Joffrey and Lady Marjorie. That was a good scene. Everything that was good. Cersei obviously doesn't like her. We can see that. Then she goes to visit Tywin. Now, there's a great line here. I think it's funny how she talks to Tywin and how he's just like, he doesn't give a shit. Okay, in terms of their relationship, we're getting to see a little bit of that now. We never really had a chance to see that she's still constantly seeking approval from him. And he's kind of denying it. But at the same time, he's also... I mean, well, yeah, he's kind of denying. He's not giving her that approval that she's seeking from her father, because everybody throughout their lives wants to seek approval from their parents. Yeah, I think it's a natural thing as a human being to want to, at certain times, maybe not all the time, but at certain times throughout growing up and everything, seek some kind of approval from your parents, especially if there's some serious decisions to be made and things like that. And great line there where she talks about how Marjorie has her claws in Joffrey, and Tywin, and that she's starting to learn. She knows how to manipulate him. And then Tywin basically replies with, "Good. I wish you did. You know, because all this time and everything that Joffrey's done has really messed things up for Tywin. Now, Tywin is evil, but at the same time, I don't think he really wanted all of this. Yeah, he didn't really want all of this to go down, you know. And I'm sure he blames Joffrey for a tremendous amount of what happened and everything. His kids, you know, and well, Joffrey obviously not his kids, but you know, his kids and all the mischief they caused. Jaime pushing Bran out the window, all this chaos and Tyrion and everything. So he's just had it. He's a great character too. But I, you know, wish he'd be a little bit nicer to Tyrion. But whatever. At least he's an asshole to Cersei. She deserves it. It's kind of funny. Okay, so then let's see. Moving on from there, some parts in the middle before those two big things that happen at the end. The Tyrells really seem like at this point that they're really, you know, nice people compared to a lot of the characters in the show. Possibly Sansa, you know, happy to hear that maybe there may be an opportunity for her and Loras to possibly hook up. So that would be good for her, obviously. You can see her face light up. Good acting there and everything. And yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, the Brotherhood Without Banners and Arya speaking up against the Hound. That was pretty good. I liked all of that, as well as getting to meet their leader. And going to be a trial by combat between the Hound and him. So, wow, that's going to be interesting, too. And in the trailer, you can see the Hound, and he's fighting, and there's like a flaming sword. So maybe, you know, that could be coming up possibly. And if you want to go see that in the trailer, watch the trailer, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And I mean, that's pretty much it. All in all, it was a fantastic episode. I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. It was almost perfect. It was damn near. Best episode we've had in a long time. Really excited for the rest of the season. And episodes like this are why I tune in every week, why I enjoy doing my reviews for it, enjoy doing videos talking about it, getting to see events like this go down. Still extremely exciting. Still a great show, regardless. Even if we had a few slow ones there, still an awesome show, and I love this episode. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I'm definitely back right into the Game of Thrones mode now that we've seen that. Probably going to watch at least a couple clips from that again. Definitely Craster and Lord Commander's death. That all happened really fast. Got to see that a few times because that was great. And the ending with Daenerys. Wow, awesome episode. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say for this one, guys. If you're new to my channel, you don't subscribe, whatever, and you want to subscribe, please feel free to do so. I'll call it here. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.